Hello and welcome to Functionize Integrative Therapeutics. I am your Chief of Human Performance, Chantea Goetz. Pleasure to be with you today. Today we're going to talk about FOMO. I gotta say it with a little twang. FOMO, fear of missing out. It's gone from a social media trending topic to a actual psychological solution in the making. I don't like problems, I like solutions in the making. Someone to talk about this even more knowledgeable than myself is Chantea Goetz. Chantea is our Director of Peak Performance here at Functionize. She is an essential and integral individual on our team. Chantea has a master's degree in psychology with a specialization in sports psychology and finishing up her PhD in applied psychophysiology. Chantea has worked with a myriad of high caliber athletes as well as extremely top performing executives around the entire world. Chantea helps individuals perform at a far, far higher level than they were ever capable of on their own. I am not just the president, I'm also a client. I'm not even the president, I am a client, and I can actually testify for Chantea with the highest of testimonials. She's amazing in what she does. So without further ado, FOMO. What do you fear about missing out on? Chantea?
Thank you, Jim. You are one of my favorite clients to work with, by the way. I appreciate the introduction and the opportunity today to discuss FOMO with everyone out there. You may or may not know what it is. So, the fear of missing out. This stems from unhappiness in your life. So we are going to take a look at ways to quiet the FOMO and uncover the reasons behind your unhappiness so that you will stop living in FOMO. So here we go. First thing I want to talk about, removing the negativity. Bye-bye negativity. The negative thoughts that we have are not facts. Remember, it's a mindset. You create these delusions of reality leading to that fear of missing out on something, right? Stop being negative to yourself. Remove those harsh thoughts because thoughts are not facts. You can change those by working and focusing on positive self-talk. I've said it before and I'll say it again, that negativity breeds negativity and positivity, the results are endless. There is no blame game, okay? You cannot blame anyone for the feelings that you're feeling. Do not blame yourself over misfortunes that lead to a certain outcome. In fact, many psychologists are now saying that playing the blame game is one of our most destructive behaviors. Blaming yourself for things that you cannot control. It might be easy, it might be the most acceptable thing that you know how to do, but sometimes accepting the fact that things are out of your control might be the better mindset to have. And don't blame others for negative situations. It's no one's fault. Accidents happen, but they don't need to necessarily change the way that you talk to yourself or the way that you view others. So instead, try this. Instead of saying, he did this or she did this, rephrase that situation to I. What did you do? So diverting responsibility to someone else helps you think in a different way, but it's not the way that the situation actually happened. We're gonna break bad habits. There are numerous bad habits that you may have, or you might know somebody. So giving into FOMO has a lot to do with the habits. So replacing those harmful practices with those that are better and positive for your life are essential in getting rid of the need of FOMO. So here, One way that we cause unhappiness is through those bad habits and addictions. Do you smoke? Do you drink a lot? Do you eat bad foods? Those are illusions that make stress worse for you in the long run. So there are many ways to beat addictions and ultimately help you be a healthier version of yourself and to create a more positive environment for you to live in. I see this a lot, especially in dealing with weight loss and healthy lifestyles, comparing yourself to others. This is a really bad habit that we need to break, because there's always going to be somebody with more money or hair or a nicer car. But I'll guarantee you that if you got the same things, you would still be unhappy, because happiness comes from the inside. It is not something external, which can lead actually to more stress. So we need to reduce the stress and anxiety that you experience. I love helping clients work in dealing with stress. Psychophysiology, biofeedback, heart rate variability. These are my areas of specialties that I see tremendous results from in reducing stress. Some of the ways that you can incorporate stress reductions are yoga, getting out in nature, journaling, meditating, proper breathing techniques. I do it here. I happily teach it to everyone I work with, because when you can breathe properly, your brain will function properly, thus reducing your stress and anxiety and improving your performance, which will lead to the elimination of FOMO. Get out there, join a team, go for a walk, create new habits. I want to try this real quick here with everybody. The power of breath. I want you to find a comfortable seat that you can relax in. You can do this at home. If you're in the car and you get to your destination, park. Big key, park the car before you do this. Sit back and relax. I want you to just close your eyes in that comfortably seated position and breathe naturally through the nose without attempting to control your breath just yet. Just bring awareness to your breath. Be aware of the sensation of your breath as it enters and leaves the body. Now take a deep breath, inhaling as you count to 4. Hold your breath for a count of 3, and now exhale at a count of 4. As you breathe, your mind will be flooded with thoughts. I want you to gently redirect those thoughts back to counting the breaths. So this process helps you to become more aware of how busy your mind is. I want you to resist the temptation to follow those thoughts as they come up, and instead refocus on the sensations accompanying the breath. Repeat this as many times as necessary until your mind settles on the breath. The sooner you can start making this a daily habit, the sooner you're going to start to experience a quiet mind. And a quiet mind leads to better thinking, better problem solving, better anger management, better life all around. And as I said before, getting rid of that unhappiness will eliminate the need of FOMO. Being mindful. So how do you incorporate mindfulness into your daily life? So mindfulness is a big key element that is missing from that FOMO lifestyle. It's a technique that refers to a non-judgmental observation of awareness that is focused on the present experience. Practice mindfulness every single day. It's like working a muscle. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. Bring yourself to the present, because this is where changes happen. Changes don't happen in the past, they're done and over. You cannot predict the future. You can control the here and now. So there's a couple different things that you can do to bring more mindfulness to your days. Learn undivided attention. So find something around the house, like the dishes need washing. Dishes always need washing. But pay attention to you actually doing it. Pay attention to how the water feels. Is it too hot? Is it too cold? What does the soap smell like that you're using? Bring your senses to the forefront and pay attention to the movement that you're doing. Here's another one that you can try. A candle staring exercise. So stare at a candle flame for 10 minutes straight while studying everything you can about it. When your mind wanders, become aware of where it's going and then bring that attention back to the candle. It's kind of similar to the breathing. Stop focusing on all those thoughts that are going around distracting you and bring yourself back to just staring at that flame. Mindfulness, it takes time. Work with it. Do it. And become comfortable with it. Let's continue. I want today to focus now on the power of gratitude. I have many clients that do not recognize the actual joys in their lives and what they have to be thankful for or show gratitude towards. So research has found that being grateful can be a very powerful boost in overall happiness. So if FOMO is the result of unhappiness, then gratitude is the antidote. There is your answer. Show gratitude. So a few options are going to be appreciate everything. There is nothing too small for you to be thankful for. Creating a daily gratitude journal. This is one of my favorite practices that I have clients do. The trick is to picture a situation that you're grateful for in detail and sit with that feeling of gratitude in your body. So doing this every day will help to rewire the brain to be naturally more grateful. So you may start with one thing you're grateful for each day. Make it different. Is the sun out? Did you smell something nice? Did someone give you a compliment? Whatever, it can be little, it can be big. You can have one thing, you can have three things. Volunteering is a great way that you can experience gratitude. So giving back to others can increase your own sense of well-being. Share your gratitude with others by expressing gratitude to them. Give someone a compliment. It might make their day, which is in turn going to make your day a little bit brighter. You can boost your happiness just by being grateful that you have the opportunity to be grateful. Like I said, positivity breeds positivity, negativity breeds negativity. The more positive you can think, the more positive you will act. No matter what method that you choose, your brain is a very powerful tool, and you can maximize the benefits of your brain to reduce the need for FOMO. Keep practicing, because you can replace FOMO with Jomo. What is Jomo, you ask? The joy of missing out. So Jomo is about understanding yourself, your needs, your desires, to be truthful with yourself. Jomo helps to encourage you to embrace the pleasures of choosing what you want to do or not do. So at the heart of Jomo is the power to act in a way that engages and fulfills you. Joy, that's where it's at. So instead of spending the free time consumed by the drama of social media, emails, text messages. Choose to disconnect and spend time discovering and doing things that make you happy. We live in a world where we are inundated with what everybody else is doing, thinking, or feeling. And it's very easy to be consumed by those external forces. Now is your chance to turn the camera inside. What makes you happy? You might take a little time to decipher it and to figure it out. But just with practice, the more time you can spend on figuring out what makes you happy, the more joy you're going to experience. So put down that phone. Turn off the computer after you watch this video. Not yet, don't do it yet. And find out what makes you happy. Live in your moment, not in somebody else's. There's the trick. So how can you embrace Jomo? As I just mentioned, disconnect from technology. Put your phone in a different room. Turn off the electronics. Take a step away. So it might be hard at first, but you'll ease into it. Another thing you can do is to commit to a certain amount of time each day to disconnect. I've had a lot of clients that I'm recommending 20 minutes once a day to put everything aside. That is your you time. It is time to breathe. It's time for reflection. Whatever the activity is that you want to do, that is your time. Have you wanted to read a book that you haven't? You want to organize a photo album? Do you want to actually do something with your hands? Are you a painter? Do you like to crochet? Do you like to write? Anything. Make it your you time. Reconnect with you. If you are with another person, reconnect with them. How many times do you go to dinner and you see two people at a table and they're both on their phones doing this? Well, what's the point of going out together if you're not even talking to each other? Reconnect with people. Look them in the eye when you're talking to them. Actually pay attention and be mindful of people. Understand what others regret in life. Okay, so look for deeper meanings. This is not living out personal truths. It's not appreciating the relationships or spending the time with the friends and the family that is just done in a nonchalant way. Really pay attention to who they are and what they may be going through. You might learn a lot about them and you might learn a lot about yourself. Enjoy it. So get out and do things because you want to, not out of obligation. There's so many ways to be mindful and there's so many ways to experience life. One of the things that I will say, wealth is the ability to fully experience life. This is Henry David Thoreau. I'll say it again. Wealth is the ability to fully experience life. It is not in your bank account. It is not what you do not have. Life is a very precious gift, and you only have one to live. Remember that. Live the best life you have possible. So in conclusion, recapping just a little bit about what we talked on FOMO. FOMO is the fear of missing out, and it stems from unhappiness. It is not a solution, but a distraction. FOMO can negatively impact both mental and physical health. FOMO provides temporary avoidance, but your underlying problems are going to be there. It exacerbates stress and anxiety. It can negatively impact meaningful relationships and your overall health and well-being. So deep breathing are beneficial ways to reduce that stress and anxiety. Practice the gratitude journals. rewire your brain for happiness and get out of FOMO and into Jomo for a healthier and happier life. I want to thank everybody for taking the time to listen, to understand what FOMO is. If you're experiencing this and it rings a lot of bells for you, call me, 848-444-9032. Email me for questions that you might have from this topic, support@functionized.com, and on your social media channels, @Functionized, Facebook and Instagram. Let's turn your FOMO into Jomo and enjoy living a fully functionized life.